very, very hard. Bot lane, you'll see MyPro and Leaf with each other up against LWW and Haru. Committed the first meta of the game. And when you do look at the matchup, it shouldn't be too easy of a laning stage here for Haru up against MyPro and Leaf. Especially just the LC alone can be a real pain to deal with as a Terrorblade.
It can be a pain to deal with, I suppose, but you've also got the fact that how many points are you going to get into this? They want to be used Commander W, try and stop that aggression coming through. But I think it's more of a necessity if you get more than... With this Disruptor, Haru might be in a little bit of trouble here getting chased down.
Scatter Blast did slow him down for a little bit, but it's just going to be a bit of a harass out on Haru. Be able to salve up and be just fine. WW going to force them back as he does look salve. Quite yet, still top lane. Rico, very, very low, and with that flux, it is going to end up being enough for KNP. It's something you have to watch out for, that flux damage.
It's a nice start, and the fact that MyPro and Leaf were able to restrict this Terrorblade to the same number of blast hits while in that meta form. Mighty impressive.
WW going down very easily to Leaf and MyPro. So I said it was going to be a hard lane for the Terrorblade, but even for this poor Disruptor, you get caught by that Scatter Blast slow and suddenly you are more than likely just dead.
Yeah, I wonder if he might bring some vision back to this. Sacrificed his own clarity to make sure that he's able to do that.
5 out from our Disruptor. Back into that mid lane. Phoenix, he's having a decent old time. Just hasn't really been harassed out of this lane of the Void Spirit. Is even with the Quap in terms of last hits, and I suppose as the levels go up, there might be a little bit more kill potential between these two, but for now, they will just be farming still top lane. Leona X get a little bit low, and actually a lot lower with that Whirling Death does go down to Rico. Clockwork.
Yeah, not really in too much danger of the turnaround potential. Still had the Wraith fans coming KNP on the side, so he wasn't able to just sit back and right now. It's the real dangerous part. Got this Timber Saw. Shanxi, he's level 3. Has started to stack up, and really at the stage where he can just stay standing underneath tier 1 tower. Rico, who's inside with a rotate. Think toward power rune on the.
No thanks.
Aru will pop the second meta of the game now. Really spamming it every time it's off cooldown, and that's the way to play it. But cooking in from Leaf and MyPro. The overwhelming odds. They're not kinetic field, gonna hold in Leaf. Haru does not feel safe enough to close the gap there onto the Snapfire, so we'll go for the harass on MyPro. The fact that even with the meta up, they are more than comfortable just running at the side of this Radiant end.
Nice team play coming through there from Rico. Was able to deny away the double damage rune. Kale's not going to pick it up. He had the model available for him. Stamp himself here in lane with dominance coming.
Eventually expected from the Void Spirit, just so much magic damage. The levels go up, and Cal's gonna have to be pretty careful. Once you hit that level 6 mark, let's get a little bit spicy here.
And only level 1 as well, so it's not like they're going to ability.
I say the Remnant. Slowly pulling away at that HP pool of the Quap, still looking back up to that top lane. Timber, good old game so far. Hasn't really been able to slow down KMP too much on the Arc Warden yet, but bot lane, LWW gonna get caught by the cookie, and MyPro is trying to close the gap. Body blocks aren't gonna be as effective as you would hope from Leaf, and he's gonna go for a TP play now, but they have the damage output. It's gonna be another TP from Rico to try and, was gonna try and help out, but now he's just kind of stuck here.
I suppose it's okay, considering they were away from Haru for a decent amount of time, been able to catch up somewhat on his last hits. Think about level with all the other cores in the game, it's only the... But that's the thing with Timber, right? Especially now, just hit onto his level 5, 3 points in reactive armor. The greatest kill potentials just yet? Question mark. It's too mobile to be able to... 1 point into... Hey, you're talking... get out of any sort of nature's grasp. So I think until they have the overgrowth available, you're not going to get a kill. Maybe if cooperate.
Just hitting the level 6 mark now, Mikhail, having to go all the way back to the fountain.
Phoenix, considering it, having just picked up that illusion towards that top side, but it's better of it to keep this wave pushed into tower as much as can. What I'm gonna do, come down towards the bottom side. They're trying to get a kill on Rico here, but wisely TPing away or just
is under attack.
Rico, more than safe. They might even just start pressuring that bottom tier 1 tower. They do have the siege creep there now. Rico, obviously not the best at defending towers. Still mid lane lead. Let's have the living armor to keep him up. Damage coming in from Phoenix, and he doesn't bother going for the secondary astral step. Instead, he might have to run his way down bot. This tier 1 is still going, but top lane, KMP, gonna be chased down by our Timber. Lead, TP in on the Snapfire, and it looks like our Timbersaw might be dropping very, very low. Another Spark Wraith, and he's gone. KMP, some nice jukes out. LWW.
Yeah, they're gonna get this Disruptor as well, you would think.
A way to run for him. He does get the glimpse off, but they got the Nature's Grasp off in time with the Scatter Blast to fly out. LWW will Kinetic Field, hoping for the neutrals to deny him, but now lead does go down to Phoenix. They do actually end up saving LWW on the Disruptor.
Done. Resulted in both of those Astral Steps being used, so it's not the worst. It means the Queen of Pain can play a little bit more balls and make these risk plays happen. A nice Ocean Heart being grabbed from neutral camp there as well means that Phoenix doesn't even walk on back.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
One as well. Balance in all things. Nice.
Very nice. Shang-Chi is going to stay up at this top lane and keep buying space for his Terrorblade, who is just farming the jungle at the moment and probably going to be there for quite a while. KMP doing the normal Arc Water things, rushing a Midas. I'd expect nothing less.
About a kill here onto the Clockwork. You've got MyPro, who's just level 6. What's that low ground? I think they've seen it. Radiant side, so has to be careful. Top side, this is where the action is though.
Get himself out this time. A lot of damage up, but Phoenix is trying to help out. It looks like they might lose Shang-Chi, and they do eventually. But you lost 2 supports in the process. MyPro even TPing up on the Legion Commander. Phoenix, I'd still call that a decent rotation.
It's a pretty decent rotation, and Ares, they free up the space for Haru to make a lot of this happen. I think if they got the dual damage, that might have been okay for a question mark. The fact that nothing really eventuated from it other than TB just getting some space to farm.
Gonna make his way up top. We'll see. Kinetic Field onto MyPro, and the hook shot is going to connect on a creep, but MyPro is still trapped within the cogs. Again, they just collapse on this Legion Commander. With that, they can actually get this top tier 1 tower. Living armor is going to be nowhere near enough to keep it alive.
So it gets all those reactive armor stacks up with the creep wave and just tanking the tower hits as well. They're totally happy with this, and they're all in position to be able to contest bounty runes offside. I think they're down towards mid-tier 1, honestly. There's not that much that they can do to push them back. It's at least tree-dense area, I suppose, so Tree and Protector is not quite as effective. Quite as there.
He's looked glimpse attempt, but Cal was able to blink out of range. Had that been a max level glimpse, it may have been a different story. 3 at the moment. Haru, that better now, going into that mid-tier 1 tower. Leaf will be around to defend, and so will MyPro. A lot of heroes here from Asta Ares, and saw him about a minute ago. They fighting, I'm sure. Ares. Let it be.
I think if that had been at like 9 minutes, they would have stayed and tried to contest that, even though meta was running out. But just because it had reached that 10-minute mark, you have the risk of the overgrowth and the mod being available, and you never want to push into that this early.
That T1 tower up. X gonna be on defense duty. MyPro and Leaf going for a cookie attempt, but it was just barely off Phoenix. We do have that jewel available that we haven't really seen in this game yet. MyPro is still looking for that opportunity.
They would have committed the...
Lane, hook shot is going to be out onto the real KNP. And as you are quartered, there is not really much you can do to protect yourself here. We'll try and get a trade with the Tempest double, and LWW is survived. They did manage to get one final hit in.
And the minus, very
nice indeed. Does lose his life in the end. So unfortunately, question mark, they're still just trying to get Phoenix in this mid lane. Juke them out with the dissimilate.
I'm a little worried the fact that Arc Warden is still ahead of the Terrorblade despite all of the space being created for him. Sure, he's got a Midas, but still, you have to think that Haru needs to start making a lot more plays happen around the map. No points yet in the map fields, so towers need to start. That becomes... this mid one, right? Like, even if you're able to take out the double, it's pretty valuable.
Middle tower
That's what accelerates your farm ahead of you. Arc Warden on his own doesn't really do this. You need the Midas, you need the Maelstrom, which oh, they hook the real one on the bot side near the tower.
We have ANP going down again. Rico, very, very effective on this clockwork so far. And for MyPro, he's going to go for a dual attempt with the Mortimer's Kisses, and they do get him. But he has a lot of reactive armor going. He's just not dying. They do commit the Sonic Wave eventually, but now Phoenix coming in with a DD. Going to go after MyPro. The cookie will get him out of the cogs. Meta from Haru still doing a lot of damage with the glimpse back, and they do eventually kill off the LC. So both offlaners going down, and Ares, they are going to focus down that T1 mid tower once again.
3 ultis committed just to kill the Timber Sword. Didn't even get the dual damage. Nice rocket clear there by Rico to scout it out, but the all-important mid-tier 1 tower going down. And be the game decided by vision. We talk about the Arc Warden needing some of these key items to come up online before he can actually achieve his win condition. If you're able to catch him out before then, suddenly, question mark, don't have too much ammunition to be able to... So really nice observable near the Dire.
Ares looking good match. I believe this is the first match, in fact, where within the first 15 minutes they've had the net worth lead. And that's a real problem, especially for KNP, who's been caught out twice on the Arc Warden so far. Snowball quite quickly on this hero. Otherwise, turn into a much tougher game. Rico has the hook shot up. Leaf, but he's going to go for the other hook shot attempt onto MyPro, and again connects it perfectly. MyPro will press the attack and run, but they definitely have a lot of damage out. In fact, there's 4 heroes coming in. Phoenix now jumping in, getting a dominating spree, and he will get another. Leaf also going down to LWW. Love this aggression from Master Ares.
Yeah, it's working perfectly. I mean, I know I highlighted the effectiveness of that Observer Ward that previously caught out the Arc Warden, but it's just had a compound effect as well. With that one, they were able to push forward, get a kill onto 2 heroes, and in the meanwhile, you've had a Treant Protector who potentially been protecting his team, but he had to use sentry wards just to find that one clever, elusive sentry that was placed down previously. Really good value coming out here. Warding's important.
Warding is very important, sir. Control that diet triangle, of course, question mark. I'm gonna get back in MyPro. Press the attack again. Phoenix is just waiting for it. Seeing how far he'll go. Leona X, Nature's Grasp. There, Mikhail gonna jump in now. They commit the overgrowth, and they should be able to get these supports. Static Storm has been committed. Rico trying for a hook, but can't quite catch on to Phoenix. The LWW trying to get out of there, but eventually does go down with the Disruptor. Thought that could have been pretty bad, question mark, but ultimately has to Ares decide not to fight it out.
No, I think they were... I'm kind of a little lost as to what they were expecting to happen. Then Phoenix wasn't in position to be able to follow up, unlike here where he's got the assistance of Shang-Chi, pops Mikhail.
Great pick off. Sure, you lost both your supports, but killing off that mid quap is going to feel a lot nicer here for Aster Ares. And well, they go straight onto a bottom tier 1 tower.
You know that Overgrowth was used in that previous big team fight around the mid tower. You know that Mortimer's Kisses were just used. So now you can just park your Timbersaw down here on the bottom side. He's tanking up the tower hits. Best to take down this tier 1, but unless you've got the TV assisting you, you're probably not going to make it happen.
Slow process. KP be in with the Tempest Double. That Midas on cooldown. They will just rush the Tempest Double now, but won't be able to lock it down long enough. So it's back towards that tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Should eventually drop. Living armor delaying just a little bit, but they do get it.
But this is the thing, right? They know that the Terrorblade isn't there, otherwise that tower would have gone down so much faster. Why then do you not try and make a gank squad happen with MyPro and the rest of the supports to try and find the TV? Because where else? You've got decent vision, not, you know, Tri-Camp area. You know he's probably not on this top side because that's where you've been hanging around, so where's left? Their Tri-Camp and their jungle. So try and make one of them happen. Even if you don't find him, you can maybe get a pincer move. Shot there. Fine, Leaf still.
Trouble on the northern side. Leaf is going to lose his life to Phoenix. Now, want to go for more. Jewel is going to be on the Timbersaw again. So Phoenix has a free game to just jump in with the Assimilate. Now Aether locking in Mikhail. Overgrowth not going to be there in time. They do end up killing off the Timber, but at what cost? Rico does finally drop, and now Haru does join the fray. Side's better of it. Be a 2 for 2.
I like the commitment there coming through from Shengxi. He was on about 100 HP. He was going to tick down to the Shadow Strike anyway. I think if armor stacks onto him. So just fully suicidally committing in and blowing up Mikhail one more time means that the pressure on this Terrorblade is much less. 20 to 30. I'm a little surprised that Question Mark still committed forward Legion Command. Because Snapfire had just died. You're not going to be able to pop a Tempest in that amount of time without the Mortimer.
That's what I was about to ask you. Why do they keep dual Timbersaw?
I mean, I don't mind doing the Timber. You just need the magic damage to make it happen. And they don't have it. It's as simple as that.
Right. Might go for a smoke. Yeah, they will. Leave KMP behind. 4. Buy space to the Arc Water.
He's got the boots of travel. He's going to be able to join in at some...
Dire's top
Finished.
tower is under attack.
Target they want to run into. It's going to be LWW, but they'll take what they can get.
When you start
Not quite what you want as for a 4-man smoke, but I guess you just take it.
You take it. If you could transition that into a mid-tier 1, you're pretty happy.
Try.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Back and magnetic field. Great combination.
I mean, the fact that you're at a net tower disadvantage with a Trio Protector on your team is never a good sign.
True.
Think of those. Hating to go into, you think, if I want to push, what heroes don't I want on the other team? Venomancer, Trio Protector, Arc Warden. They got 2 of those 3. It's not. I guess a team.
Let's not give these guys any ideas,
True.
right? I can't put up with the team certain. Alright. Working straight for the BKB up next, so just be able to fight with his team, and we have seen that a bit in the previous engagements. He does like to get involved if he does have the Metamorphosis up and available. With that BKB, he's going to feel a lot safer moving in with his team. He's had the Manta up for such a long time now. Question Mark haven't really been able to slow this man down at all. He's had such a free game on this Terrorblade.
He's had a free game, and he's gone this unselfish build. You know, he's gone into the plus 250 health, attack speed, so despite the fact that he's just been able to sit back and farm wherever he wants, they haven't punished him for it, right? So if they did, I suppose he might take a little bit longer to die. They would show up and maybe get the turnaround kill with the rest of the heroes on Ares, but weaken somewhat of their objective take.
Going on, they have found that Timbersaw again, and they are going to be able to kill him.
No dual win.
It's a bit unfortunate. take what you can get. Question mark too. I still just question allowing Haru to do this. Like, hasn't been touched on this terribly.
He hasn't been touched, but by the same measure, neither really has KNP outside of a couple nice hook shot there. So I think they're generally okay with it. He's nearly up the Mjolnir, so he's going to be able to push lanes out exclusively with his Tempest double, and you played ranged hero into a magnetic. It's not a great
Rims. Now, Supreme Protector, GP, not going to be able to work out. Phoenix managed to connect the Aether Remnant.
They're lost. I'm assuming Packer lost.
Yeah. Fine.
Very
Yeah,
dumb.
Leona's asking the real question. Still, how do you think the state of the game is? Like, Aster Ares obviously ahead, 4k net worthly. The Arc Warden though, KMP, you mentioned it, he's farming, he's getting there, he does have the Maelstrom up.
About 150 or so away from them. That's nice for him, but you have to think about the later stages of the game. We talked about on the panel issues that Question Mark have had with... It's all well and good to be able to bend endlessly Protector and the Arc Warden. When you try to take the initiative, it happens. So I feel like their lineup is so much more based around getting this pick, scaling into the late game, and just overwhelming them with heroes against the one.
It's fair. You think Aster Ares are more the team kind of on a timer here?
I think so. They've got some good timing so far with the TB, but you need to make something. Especially with the...
Alright, we can't go yet, so you Void Spirit. Go.
He knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, you've got a Timbersaw, right? He drops off. That's just a foregone conclusion. You can get a Lotus Orb for yourself and give it to the TB, or maybe even Lincoln's, and that'll help him out a little bit. Same thing with the Void Spirit. Yeah, you can get the Silence, which is going to be handy against the like of a Queen Pain, but it's the Terror Blade that's doing. And if you've got a direct counter on the other team that's still having a pretty decent game, got to be at least a little.
Then, do you think we get a new hit?
I think it's going to be Valkyrie. People have...
Valkyrie?
Yeah, people there were leaked files and stuff with like Vampire, Puppet Mark. And I just think that because TI-10 was supposed to be Sweden, Valkyrie is kind of like... Maybe that was how they...
I didn't even realize there was a Valkyrie coming. What I'd heard of is...
Murmurings as well about heroes called Valkyrie and a vampire type in a certain other MOBA that saying maybe... I'm keen on that. Give me Chipper, give me Bombardier.
Gonna have a look at some... Not many couriers going on though. Mostly the... That's obviously a...
They got to up there.
I think so.
Bloodhound, right? Saint Bernard? Like, you know the Saint Bernards that go on the Alps and they have the little brandy around their neck for travelers and that?
Plus, there is a reconnection now. We're going ahead to unpause this game. We are voting for the Arcana vote. Love of God, no slap.
Witch Doctor. Give him the votes.
I voted Witch Doctor.
Rest well. Your
Back
death
into
has
things, and
consequence.
I think they need to get up a smoke, even if it's not to quickly find any heroes. They need to get some deep forward right now, and
Radiant's middle tower
are
is
going
under
to
attack.
enable them to make these sorts of things happen. They should have seen where that rocket flare came from if they were paying attention to the left side of the map, but it doesn't look like they're making too many moves, so this is exactly what Ares need to do. They're quickly taking the Karu. Second life is going to be handy, although they give it to the Void Spirit now that he's picked up his Ag Scepter. Typically, don't want to go into it straight away as a first item. You want to transition from build up feels so underway. He's had a decent game himself. Now's the go-to.
Good pass to Ares. Immediate smoke right into that dire side triangle. Haru on the front lines.
That is done.
Run into the Tempest stubble. We break his smoke on it, and he'll just accept the gold, or maybe not. The magnetic field gonna buy some time, but no, it does go down, and they look for more.
Has been killed.
See you later.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That'll be it though. Tempest stubble and a courier.
Good reactions from question mark, but keep saying it. You can't be reactionary. Meta of Dota. You need to be playing proactively. The enemy team, do something to what you're doing. Have them on the back foot, because otherwise,
Dire's middle
game
tower is under
where
attack.
they can do it a little bit with the Arc Warden drop. They want to find LWW as a big priority.
Great hook shot in from Rico onto Leaf. He's going to stop any form of Mortimer's Kisses flying out. Sonic Wave is going to be there, and the Overgrowth is also out. Now the Mortimer's Kisses do come in, but they are still going. As to Ares, willing to fight. MyPro needs to go for a run. Leaf will do the same. Chakram in from Sheng-Chi. Rico dying to KMP on the Arc Warden. That was a Tempest double off the clockwork. So 2 for 1 so far, the Quap losing her line.
That is perfect.
But as to Ares, you supports, you get the mid Quap. Are you really that upset?
I don't think you're upset because it could have gone so much worse. You know, they got the Blink duel onto Void Spirit, so he wasn't really a factor in that team fight in terms of offensive potential, but you want to be building up that dual damage.
MyPro sticking around a bit too long in the mid lane. Cookie, save from Leaf. Seeing if he can go for more, but not.
That disruptor should be targeted every single time. Speaking of, they've caught him out handing him the hook shot.
That's a big, big pick off. KNP
If you come back, I'll
down
kill you
again. And Rico, of all people, to take it on the clockwork.
VP from game number 2, Rico, he's been fantastic with these hook shots landing. And it's typically LWW that plays the clock on Aster Ares, so he's
Dire's
fitted into
middle
this
tower
role.
is under attack.
And he has. They're going to slowly start chipping away at that mid-tier 2 tower now. Living armor going to delay things, but
Meta's up. Like, you could push.
Dire's
35
structures
seconds,
are
no
falling.
Arc Warden. They're forced to pump the glyph. That might kind of reveal the fact that
Dire's middle
Arc Warden is
tower
in no
under
position to
attack.
defend right now.
Dragon Scale even helping out on Sheng-Chi. 2 is certainly gone.
Radiant's top tower
Not
is
to
under
pop the meta
attack.
just yet, but the fact that you can now take away the
Dire's middle
outpost
tower
from
has
is a
fallen.
bonus. But they could tend to just pick up these bounty runes. It's going to be a 2 for 2 trade, and we talk about some of that vision that they needed to get up. Now's the time where you have the freedom to play.
Haru looks like he wants to go for another bottom tier 2 tower now.
Wonder if someone spot out this just placed in front of the tier 3 tower in mid, because the sentry's only got about 5 seconds left on it, so that creep wave not going to walk over it in time. Really nighttime to save Astra. Super deep and super hard to deal.
Radiant's middle
WW
tower
gonna
is
run
under
into
attack.
Leon X.
Dire's
avoid each
bottom
other.
tower has fallen.
Look around, see if you can bot anyone out.
Tier 2 towers without having to use the meta. Like, that is a big deal. And they've still got, how long? A minute left on this Aegis, so now you've still got that capability. They're going to go in, found my bit.
Yeah. Still safer now. They just let Rico hook shot in. Cogs push back to the low ground, but Phoenix is still going to have the damage output, so it's no real problem.
Radiant structures are fortified.
KMP trying to split push with the Tempest double. Not really being that
As best he can. LWW, I think, has auto attack on because he attacked that Legion Commander up onto the high ground. So that did reveal that they had that vision up there.
Radiant's top tower
They
is
made
under
sure that
attack.
Let's go back to the point you were mentioning before, where it's about being proactive rather than reactionary here for question mark. We just haven't seen them smoke up and try to take a big team fight. In fact, Leaf is in a spot of trouble now. Phoenix going to get a very easy use into the 8th Remnant. Leaf's still alive. The Overgrowth's going to come out. They're just trying to get the Snapfire out of here. A great Sonic Wave in. from our Quap, the Aegis will also expire on Haru, so it looks like that's time for Ares to back off.
Leaf's still alive. He had an urn on him as well, but the getting on point with that living armor from Tree Protector and standing underneath the tier 4 towers made sure he didn't get ticked down from it. He's been great all game so far, Rico, but he missed with his hook shot there. I think that is a completely different team fight if you go soak up a lot of that save potential.
At what point do question marks start fighting back? I mean, it's been so defensive. Is the game plan just keep buying space for KMP to keep split push?
That's all they have. They've got at their disposal. I suppose 10-second BKB on the Queen of Pain is nice, but you need to be roaming as a squad with the Legion and Snapfire to be able to take full advantage of that. Snapfire is pretty tanky. Greaves, stats from Clumsy Net, that's all you need as a strength hero. Like,
back to farming for KMP. He's working towards that MKB now on this Arc Warden. Haru doing the exact same thing, also trying to get an MKB up on this Terror Blade, and tells me it might be a little bit more effective on this TB.
Now that he's got the Skadi as well, that extra HP means that even if you do get this 4-man smoke rotation through, it doesn't guarantee a kill, even in the duration of the
Dire's top tower is under
living
attack.
armor, but I don't think they're in it. They're going to try and find Leona, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Tier 2
attack.
top tower though, it's gone. That's your final outer tower now. Question mark going down.
Dire's top tower
They are
is
not
falling.
even trading the bottom tier
Radiant's bottom tower
tower.
is under attack.
they have to. In my mind, they absolutely have to do a play like that, because then you can set up, you can have the Snapfire in an advantageous position, and more importantly, you can take back one of the outposts. You're going to be falling further and further behind if you don't.
I agree.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Hasn't been
attack.
happening. KMP, he'll go in. Tempest double once again, but even avoid the tower, go after that creep wave, see if you can catch it up.
Many.
Still, I mean, Asta Ares just control the map. They have a 9k net worth lead. Only kills ahead, but with a 9k net worth lead, not going to feel great taking a fight, but question mark.
This is legitimately one of these games where Arc Warden dies without buyback and Astra is just...
Yep.
He had 2200 gold and he's just used it on a Demon Edge, so he will not have buyback for the longest amount of time.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not
is
necessarily
under
pressure,
attack.
I'm not sure if Rico realizes it, but he is the game-winning condition again for Air. I feel like he did it that time in game number 2 with those stolen Burrow strikes on the Rubik. And I accept it.
You can't even blame Asta Ares for not trying to make a high ground play anytime soon either. When you control the whole map like this,
Radiant's bottom
it's
tower
almost a
is
free
under
win to
attack.
just keep farming, while question mark don't.
Well, I still think there's a point where the Arc Warden can come back into things. You know, he's going into the MKB, which I think is good. You know, you need it to be able to burst through a lot of this damage super quickly, but will it be enough? Quite so sure.
W, they wanted the glimpse on that Tempest double, but complete behind the wheel there on the Disruptor.
Oh. No ground, but clockwork. That's the more...
You imagine Asta Ares might just want to go for the next Roshan place. Is up.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Up.
under attack.
20 as well on the Void. By the way, we love to
Perfect.
see it.
Love to see that. The faster you can blow up KMP, the better. Cares for magnetic field if you have a Dagon 5.
They're all clustered around this area. Void Spirit's probably the furthest one away. Trying to get that myself, but like when you're baiting it a little bit, I feel on it, but how much of it is bait? How much of it is being in a
Radiant's
poor
top
position?
tower
Because I
is
feel like
under
he could have
attack.
died a couple of... They've spotted out the fact that Roche is up though. There is make a beeline for it. It's got the telescope. Super handy, given the extra range as well. TV, which is
Dream.
Dire are
Dream for
scanning.
every position 5. Asta Ares for a quick quick Roshan play. They know their bot lane is just slowly being pushed in. And I mean slowly. It's really only Leona X and Mikhail there. KNP gonna push in top lane with the Tempest double. Aegis goes, but as the Ares, double damage is still active for Phoenix, so if he can catch someone else, very easy kill for the Void Spirit.
See, now this time on the Treant Protector, I don't mind seeing a Force, because your game completely revolves around this Arc Warden surviving and being in the right position. And there's a Clockwork. Probably going into the, yeah, the plus power cogs hit. So you need that save potential. Now he's going into the mid, which is good. Question mark, they're making the right decisions. It's just a matter of, is it... Maybe someone's going to go looking. Kale's hanging around nearby, level 18, so he's first defense.
Boom, there it goes.
Feels it to try and make them bit. But he's got the hook, but no.
Double gonna spot out Rico. Overgrowth not gonna connect, and Rico just hook shots out of there. Straight out.
I mean, they had the Flux available. They slowed him down, but that Tempest double. I mean, Arc Warden is a great hero in this game, Mark, if you can play it to its full potential. But we're just seeing some mismicroing here and there that just means that you're not getting that extra kill you might need to alleviate that allows you to come.
An Aghanim Scepter coming out sooner rather than later on this disrupted bird. Just holding that Philosopher's Stone. Once that axe is up, question how they take a team fight, question mark.
Gold boys, carry now.
On the brighter side, for question mark, they do have a repair kit on their Treant Protector, so...
If it wasn't annoying enough, Lionak, yeah, Leona's trying to go for the double bonk onto the courier, reveals itself a little bit by doing
restore the void within.
the blink dagger.
Pesky Leon. As disruptive as possible. Cal, still just forcing in that bottom lane, but now there's a Satanic up on your TV, and Phoenix is looking to go after Leaf. They do get the glimpse off in time. That'll be Leaf dead.
That's good. We can see he does have buyback, but any else on the team that do? Realize their time is now. They've given the cheese over to this Timber Source, but he's just going to be frontlining the Majora.
No meta popped yet from Haru. He's being very, very patient with the meta usage. KNP. Pop the magnetic field down, and that'll be enough.
They're trying to find this stream on the backside. They should know where he is. He blinks away, and they catch him.
Like they may. Silence does connect Phoenix. Does he realize? Oh, it's a great Aether Remnant. See ya, Fiona. Yeah, he's gone. Thunderstruck was enough.
He's got buyback though, so the annoying times continue.
Pete still split pushing with that Tempest double. Going for an Eye of Skadi up next on the Arc Warden. Phoenix just still trying to work towards that Dagon.
I think it's perfectly fine to go a Dagon this time. It's all just about popping that Arc Warden before he's able to have impact that's needed. 220 gold away from his buyback, so you don't expect him to really leave the base up and down the TV. He's just away. Maybe trying to force the buyback out of the Treant Protector if he had it. Anything I could think of for that.
Satanic try and heal up, but magnetic field down once again. KP, they're gonna go in the field, but Haru, that is way too much damage to take, and gonna survive. That had been a Mjolnir proc, that would have been your 8. He's just gone.
They got 45 seconds, but not the worst. And the tower gets healed.
That's my thing. I'm sitting here wondering, is it really not worth just popping your meta if you're going to commit for that tier 3? Is that going to be too big of a problem? Because he hasn't used meta in the past. I want to say 5 to 10 minutes.
It's been a while. Waiting for a question mark to make a mistake as a trying to take the game into their own hand. at Rico, what's that actually going to result in? If any pings come out, because keen to get a kill on the board. The way to do it. Wood Spirit nearby. Pop kill would be big.
The hook shot surely.
How's it going?
And he does. Perfect line there from Rico with the cogs pushback, and now the silencers know Mikhail. He will be able to BKB, be his way out. Aries just unable to secure a kill. On the brighter side, they do find a spell prism. Gonna be very, very nice for our Void Spirit. He did just pick up a Dagon to boot.
Mind him still just continuing to hold the mind break. He's got plenty of reduction. Just giving it to the down. 500 gold away from that Ag Scepter as well on Disruptor. He's having a great day.
Korean, it's got to be so annoying for the side of Asta Aries. They just never are able to catch him out. KNP, his Tempest double will get glimpsed back. Looks like there could be an easy duel opportunity up at the top lane onto LWW. If he believes he's alone, which it seems like he may, My Pro is going to go for the duel attempt.
Real
Now,
KNP.
KNP does come in, and they do win the duel. That is 40 damage now.
Only 2 duel victories have been on that Disruptor. I think they just need to hit him every single time. Glimpse available. Now you can see that he's getting Ags. And he just dies so much quicker than this Timber. Really, what are you worried about against this Timber at the nearly 40-minute mark? Sure, he could protect the rest of his team somewhat, but it's not going to completely turn the team fight around like a Disruptor.
Radiant's top tower is under
Hook
attack.
shot, bot lane, they go after the clock again with the silencers, and this time they blow him up.
Zap is there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dagon, he does have the spell prism as well, so those cooldowns are much lower. Haru will be on defense duty on the TB. Leona, how are you getting
Radiant
yourself in
are
these
scanning.
positions?
Cheeky little blink dagger, you know.
Go get the mangoes,
Take
Leona.
the mangoes.
Take the mangoes, come on, sir. It's not just meme in the middle of the
Rico no. Fire a rock flare over the...
There's a ping. Oh, he does know. Problem is, the guy's invis. Gem available, dropped up.
They do, and when he reaches level 20, you'll have that rocket flare gives true sight as well. So, handy for Cheeky Tree.
A lot of value once he...
Careful. Nearby, the creeps are going to start
Oh,
hitting him.
great hook shot in from Rico. He does catch him out, and he knows it. He knows he's in there somewhere. Leona gonna get out of the tree line. Does commit the overgrowth, but he has an Aghanim Scepter, so he rearms the hook shot. And even My Pro going down at the top lane. Haru just soloing the LC, and it's again without the meta. Just doesn't need it.
Does not need it. How? 10 seconds, one of the fastest reset timers we can have. And what would be more? I suppose it's the pressure that they're hoping for. Accepted.
Onto the high ground again it is. KMP, pop that magnetic field.
Dire's middle tower.
Time around, this tier 3 may just end up dropping. That's a lot of damage out from your TB and your Void Spirit. They just jump in and they collapse on your Arc Warden. KMP is gone without buyback.
One death on the Arc Warden is all it takes.
Hook shot in, and they found another. Looks like they have poured out, snapped by Elite. It does go for. But now an axe is up on your Disruptor. Glimpse back onto Lethal Cookie again. But he does drop it. Now the jewel is out onto the TV. But it is not looking great. My Pro about to fall and does. Now Mikhail has been left alone. Haru, he's on a triple. There will be another out from Phoenix. Getting that tree protector. This well and truly does look like it's GG. They're going for tier 4s. They've had enough.
Yeah, they don't care. No tree and protector. You've got the repair kit on cooldown as well. Snapfire went forward to try and get it through, and that's it. One kill on Arc Warden, that's all it takes.
I mean, you literally called it. Very well done, Mr. Tenor.
But even better done to Astra Aries, right? They needed this win to be able to come through into this stage of the group stage. Now they've just got one series left on Mad Monday tomorrow against T1, and if they win that, I'm pretty sure they advance on through.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how it all pans out. Speaking of T1, we do have them coming up next.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds Radiant remaining. Team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick. Radiant team ban.
Anti-mage.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Dusk.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Legion Commander.
Radiant remaining. Pick.
Treant Protector.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Drow Ranger.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team pick.
Ogre Magi!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Timber saw!
You may now select your heroes. Ten seconds remaining.